What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete Strategy. I am Pete. I am a top grandmaster playing Risk Global Domination. And if you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to the channels and come along the ride with me. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing a game of Classic Fixed World Domination on stream. And this is the second lesson in the ultimate guide for how to play Risk Global Domination. I recommend that if you're new to the game, you go check out the first episode where we speak about the mechanics of the game. This is game 2. We're going to start to speak about the strategy. So this is Classic Fixed World Dom. I'll show you the settings. There's nothing fancy really other than alliances are on. So we fixed cards, expert, neutral bots. The bot will not attack. World Domination is the mode. There's no fog, there's no blizzards, there's no portals, and there's a 60-second timer with the balance blitz dice type. I start with a bunch of my material in the Europe sphere. We have a 4, 3, and a 2, plus a 3, but we're going to have to figure out what we do about our opponent's 7. Also, we're going to have to figure out what we do for our first card, because I want Europe, and I want to see if I can push purple out or communicate with purple, maybe push him down into Africa, out into Asia, one way or the other. The first thing I'm going to do is just get my easiest card. And then when we move on to our opponent's turn, I'm actually going to offer an alliance to purple, because my hope would be that purple doesn't think about contesting me for Europe, that purple either moves down or moves into Oz. And he says, accept, thumbs up, which we like to see a little bit of understanding of, yeah, okay, Pete, I don't want to fight you. We see the white player in South America. We see the red player in North America. So we end up with a situation where who gets Africa here? Purple, possibly. We don't know who's going to contest for Australia yet. This board is still quite open. I recommend once you guys have started learning how to play, you start with some variety of Classic Fixed World Dom. I feel like the skill progression in Risk goes something like Classic Fixed, Classic Progressive, Progressive on other maps, then you start to incorporate other modes. And I'm going to do the sort of skill acquisition in that order for this series. We're doing this one live on Twitch. We got a couple hundred of our friends hanging out today. First time chatter for Yurkaz. Yurkaz says, I have a question about the ranks. I was recently master, but then stopped playing for some time. Now all of a sudden I'm an intermediate. Yes, you D-rank if you do not play for a season. You rank down to the bottom of your class, and then next season, if you don't play, you rank down to the bottom of the next class. How you doing, Thurnus Clan? I just played a airship prog caps game. How you doing, Giraffe? What's shaking, bro? So Orange puts in Australia. Australia is usually very contested. So how long are each season? Very short, like 60 days. It's way too short. Yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, throw them up. The series I'm working on right now, this is more of an educational tutorial style. I wonder if purple goes down or if he tries to contest. Okay, well, that was a friendly move. That was a very friendly move. Thank you, purple. Thank you very much. I'll take it. I'll take all the goodness I can get, but I'm worried about orange. So we would want to see someone, either black or orange, maybe often we see both, contest for Australia. So I know we looked over the bonuses before, but we'll do it again. So your bonuses on classic map, you have 2 +5s, North America and Europe are both +5s. You have 2 +2s, South America and Australia are both +2s. And you have a +3 in Africa, and you have a +7 in Asia. I don't really think of Asia as a real bonus. Asia is more of a mythical bonus. So there's 5 viable starting positions on the classic map. And I guess we'd call Asia the stretch goal. Something like that. I'm worried that Orange is still going to try and contest me for Europe. We'll see what he does with his 10. A big part of Classic Fixed is because you're going to generate most of your extra troops from holding board. A big part of Classic Fixed is asking yourself the question, who is going to let me hold what in the early game? And then you'll also want to pay attention to who you can kill. Because sometimes maybe it's profitable numerically, maybe it's not truly profitable numerically, but it's long-term profitable because you advance the game state. It might be worth thinking about killing a player. And when it comes up in the game, I'll show you guys. Arthur Dane says, I went straight to caps when I downloaded the game, but I played a bunch over the board when I was younger and watching Pete on YouTube for like a year. Okay, this looks more like I'm going to get suicided by Orange. Orange is kind of making it obvious that he wants Europe. Unfortunately, I'm already in there. I think we're both going to die from this, and that will probably be the way this game ends. Can I get my channel points back? If no, cool Pete, I'll hook you up. You know what? I'll give you both. You get cool Pete and you get your channel points back. How great is that? Yeah, so it really looks just on the position. You really want to watch out for who's where. Red wants to claim North America, but white is already blocking. Orange could be setting up for a second wave Australia if black moves in. But I'm in a sort of a no-win scenario. If they decide to hit me. I'm going to use one of my exterior stacks. Let's make it unreasonably expensive for them to take Europe. And we hope we get a set. Thank you, Christy. Christy Gilpin, 1989 for the Prime. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support, guys. What happened to the green glass? I can go get them. Those are my actual sunglasses, so I'll go upstairs and get them. Can you play more Magic at some point? I could. I don't really have time right now. You know, I have to work all the time. I'm really time crunched at the moment. So, white looks like they're off to a great start. Orange looks like they're about to hit my 8. Okay, not quite yet. Orange is saying, killing you, Pete, will be a dish best served cold. Okay, so we expect to see black move down now into Australia. Maybe orange is the Aegis stack, who knows? I mean, they just have more material in the sphere. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 17. You know, they have all of their stuff kind of right there. I'm going to have to get a set on. I'm going to need a set on 4 here. But maybe they do it before that happens. This looks doomed. If I were to predict this position, I would say orange kills me before I get Europe. So one thing you're going to want to do if you're in a very dire situation, you actually want to spread out a bit. So I'm going to take my card off of the, not even take my card. I'm just going to continue to invest in the Europe position, but maybe stack. I don't know. Just make it real expensive. Okay, we do get a guaranteed set, so we actually get one of the jokers. So we will have a 10 set on 4, assuming we survive. Hope we survive. Maybe he's trying to consolidate troops, and you or red are blocking. Well, one of the things, Draft makes a good point. One of the things that orange could do, if he wants to show that he's not intending on threatening me, is he could offer the alliance to try and communicate with me, which he is not doing. The alliances are, this is a good opportunity to talk about what are alliances in Risk. So I have an alliance with purple. So alliances are a bit of a misnomer. They don't, at least as far as the rules are concerned, they don't actually obligate you to anything. The alliances allow you to have a 9-point communication method with 6 options, 6 of the 9 being attack me, attack white, attack red. They are an imperative verb, so I've often advocated that we would love to have a question mark. There's also a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and a heart. So there's a bit of redundancy. I'm going to send purple a heart. So if you think about what alliances are, they allow you those 9 options for communication. So alliances in Risk are less a binding contract and more a means of communication. Now, different people consider that the alliances mean different things, and that's what makes them very interesting. They're an analog for the way you might have made a deal with one of your friends over the board. Mog says, I think it's meant to be interpreted as a yes, a no, and a thank you. That's also a wonderful thing about the alliances, is they are open to interpretation. So I'm going to put my trade in here. I'm going to offer an alliance to Orange. I'm not going to take the bonus this turn. I'm going to give him a chance to get his 4 out. And by offering the alliance, I maybe send a little bit of good faith in his direction. Making it very clear that I'm taking Europe, but giving him a chance to get his 4 out. Maybe I earn some goodwill there. Machine 639 says, alliances games are dumb. Alliances mean nothing. They only benefit the person who's willing to backstab first. So I basically kind of perfectly disagree with this take. So the way I think of alliances is a non-naive approach. So when folks think of alliances, they think, okay, it is named alliance, therefore there is an implicit assumption that I am obligated to do something beneficial for the other player. Whereas structurally implicit to the game is the understanding that we are all competing to kill each other and there can only be one winner. So the naive approach would say that, right? The naive approach would be like, how could my friend the naive approach would look at it in terms of backstabbing. Whereas the true approach is, I'm playing to win, they're playing to win, and we're both playing to win to the best of our ability. And the alliances give us a communication tool that we otherwise wouldn't have. And we will use that communication tool asymmetrically. And that's a big part of what makes it so interesting to me. Sirius says the music is too loud. Sure, man. I can definitely dial that back for you. So once you as a Risk player can get around, get your head around this naive approach to alliances, you will improve your gameplay enormously. Games of Risk always end with one winner. This is a wonderful thing. And the fact that we can backstab our alliances, I would go so far as to say you should assume that everyone will. My poor buddy Orange. How could this happen? How could I be such a backstabber? Well, maybe I'm a terrible person, but maybe there was a different assumption being made between what I think the alliances do and what they thought the alliances do. He had the 8 and he didn't trade it. Well, I'm glad he's dead. We've advanced the game state, which is a very important thing to consider in Classic Fixes. Classic Fix is very prone to stalemating if you aren't willing to take risks to kill players. If you maybe don't know how to advance the game state. Give us an immediate example. You're a great teacher. I'm trying. Machine says, I'm going off all the YouTube videos where I watch. You get down to 3 player and you end up killing your allied person before the other person because it's the only way to win. Whereas If you're allied, you should be working. Well, you see that should, the last word in the last sentence there is the tell for the way you're thinking about it. You're still not thinking about it the way I'm thinking about it. Whereas if you are allied, you should be working to finish first and second. So no, I am working to win, and I am overtly working to win, and applying an exterior ethic of how players should play. I read a really good book about this once upon a time. It was called Playing to Win by David Serlin. I highly recommend this book. And what he calls this is, he calls it the scrub mentality, right? Players who are adding an additional ethical layer to how other players should play. And if they don't play that way, then they are using it like a cheap move or something. He called it the scrub mentality, right? So you are either, it's kind of binary. You are either playing to win or you're not. And I am playing to win. So I'm going to use the legal means that the game allows me to use to win. See, that says I'm playing to slam. I like that too. Thank you, Jay Woods. Welcome in. Hello, hello. So with that in mind, like, and also I'm not selling this viewpoint to you. You are free to disagree, and you're as right as you need to be. I would say you're as right as, if you disagree with this take, you're as right as it is beneficial to you to believe that players should play this way. What I am saying is I'm trying to look at what players do, and I'm trying to win through that. Okay, so Black offers here. What would Black like to say to me? Oh, Harry Balzacs! Goodness gracious, Harry. That's a spy. How did this one get through SMG's name filter? We got Harry Balzacs as the Black player. Hey, good luck, Harry. I love that. Okay, so we find ourselves in a 5-player game. I'm on +5. No one else is on +5. Also, thank you again, PRT, for the raid. That was much appreciated. Preston says, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. If you get caught cheating, you ain't trying hard enough. I don't. Who's that quote from? I don't agree with that at all. I think you're either playing a game to win, and you're playing legally, or you're not really playing at all. But I would say something like, I'm going to use every legal means to achieve victory, and I would want my opponents to expect that I'm going to use every legal means to achieve victory. This looks very threatening from Red. This looks like Red would want to group his material through me. If I let him through me, what's in it for me? I guess I have to talk to him. What's on your mind, Melvin? What are we doing? You want me to attack you? Here? Okay. What do I get if I do? Is that what you wanted? Okay. This is right here. This is what we want to see. We want to see someone willing to communicate with me so that we can hopefully advance the game state. Jocko says, is the legality of the means not also an extra moral layer that you impose on reality? Well, it's definitional, right? It's definitional to how I think about, and I think how people who play to win think about games. It's that, these are maybe not definitional. These are axiomatic. You know, if you are, in order to win a game, you can't cheat. If you cheat, you're not winning anymore. You're playing a different game. You're playing by a different rule set. This is why people who cheat lack the satisfaction of actually winning. Crescent says, I think the spirit of the quote is that playing to win means that you play outside the accepted norms of play and push the limits of what is legal. No, well, I don't know. I don't think I push the limits of what is legal. I think what is legal is actually quite binary. You know, it's quite black and white. And this Red going the other way is good. Red is going to have to push White out of North America or bully me there. Red didn't accept, so he doesn't want to talk to me. I can make it very expensive for him to break me. I don't love that, but kind of looks like the only option. I don't think purple's going to flip. It's a tough sort of decision point we find ourselves at. Let's put one more troop on my main stack in Ukraine. So we have, this is a light guard main stack guards. This is the stack in Ukraine is like a threat guard. So if you want to think of the positional way I'm playing Europe, you can have a soft guard like a 2 up in Iceland. You have a semi-soft. Right now I'm just putting more troops on there because I don't want to have to handle a 21. I don't want him to just get away with it, but he's getting squeezed by white, and not accepting the alliance request means it's more likely it's me than white. But maybe. Hey, Poppy Tony. Canadian Coffee says, if I was blind, would you let me read your body like it's Braille? Depends. Are you a beautiful lady? When I'm an orange, I killed him. I betrayed my ally. Jocko says, if someone else sees an alliance loyalty as axiomatic, wouldn't the same argument apply? Yeah, well, you're either playing to win or you're not, right? If you're not playing to win, so I guess the thing that is the question is, are you playing to win or not? So if you're playing to win, we can. You're teasing out the premise. If you're playing to win, then and you're not. If you're playing to win and you're not cheating, which I would consider the same thing, but we can split it. Then do the legal thing that leads you to the victory, and adding in the moral layer of my ally should behave XYZ way. Is a distraction at best from winning the game and might cost you wins at worst. I wonder if white wants to talk to me. So white's playing I would call this a South America bully style. So white is pushing up into North America, but he's not giving away any ground. So what white will do is white will eventually either push red out or, okay, never mind. Red has teeth. Red loses from this. And this is sort of the way you punish a bully. You don't put up with it. You doing just pure average? I'm good, man. How are you today? White keeps doing the fake bot out, so I wouldn't trust him. Yeah, maybe his connection sucks. Rocco says you can still play to win within a different set of axiomatic rules. I don't think there's a meaningful objective difference between what you call not cheating and what someone else calls not betraying. Oh yeah, totally different. What are the rules of the game? Okay, again, you're still pointing out something very interesting. So there's a huge difference, and it is this. You and I do not get to decide what the rules of the game are, and our opinion on what those rules are don't matter. So rules are not intersubjective. Either something is cheating or it isn't, according to the rules. Whereas how we negotiate victory as players is intersubjective. So we will and do have different opinions on what the right move is, was, or might be. We also have different, and communication is intersubjective. So we have different opinions on what the alliance means and different opinions on what the individual communications used within the alliance are saying. So those are two completely different things. The rules of the game are what they are, and if you aren't cheating and if you're playing to win according to those rules, then you're playing to win. Whereas if you believe that because you think alliances mean something and therefore everyone else must think the way you think, You're kind of a narcissist, but that's the difference, right? That's how I would articulate the difference. Sandman Minion, thank you for the 12 months, right? I don't need everyone to agree with me. I don't need everyone to think the way I think. Why am I guarding Iceland? I was because Red was pressuring, but he's not pressuring anymore. Did I forget to kill? Nobody's killing me. I'm the biggest. That's why I like to take a +5, because I'm so big. Arguably, I could kill Red here if I was open. Unhope says, at the end of the day, it is a game, and we play to have fun. Well, different people have fun differently. So winning is fun for me. So figuring out the core root of the fun for the game of Risk for me is figuring out how to win. And that's fine if your fun is slightly different than mine. If you kill Red, White will not let him have that NA yet, nor should he. But White's connection seems unstable, so maybe you're teasing out my views. No, you're doing great. You're doing great, Jocko. I get it. I would characterize you as chaotic good in the framework, and Crescent as chaotic neutral. I don't know. I would obviously like to think of myself as lawful good, but I'll take neutral. I'll take lawful neutral. Would be my that would be how I would self-identify as an alignment. Do we just punish Red here? I don't really want to punish Red, but he didn't accept, so I don't feel all that obligated to help him. And also teasing that out, right? I do feel some obligation to my allies in the sense that I would always lean, all things being equal, I would lean towards helping out like literally all things being perfectly equal, I would lean towards helping out an ally over an opponent. But how you doing, Jacoby? What's up, man? Lone Wolf says, Pete is good unless someone steals or breaks his bono and then he becomes chaotic. I can be chaotic sometimes. Is Black going to kill Red? No. Black is not going to kill Red. Black's going to block up there, though. Put myself first and then help who you want. Of course. Yeah. The primary thing is always win the game. Okay. Red's gone. Great. So now we get this kill. But we don't even want it, right? Because the game state is inherently advanced. Okay. Okay. I think the best thing I can do right now is next to nothing. And because now we've entered a 3-player scenario. So I want to see what Black and Purple do before I imbalance anything. Objectively speaking, Black hitting Red, killing 28 troops for the 4-card trade. What are 4 cards worth at the most? 12? It's going to go quite negative if he chooses to take this line. 12, 13, 14, something like that. You go half negative. It will imbalance the 3-player. Does he take the 4 cards? We're waiting for White to go fully dead, I think. Thank you, Gas Lord, for the 21 months. Thank you, Tethered TV. Thank you, guys. Thank you. First time catching you live. You any stream lobby? You want to play with friends? Perhaps I could be convinced. I am trying my best not to imbalance this 3-player. So I have a huge advantage on Black. But I wonder how the scales tip and if they will tip in my favor. Because if I find myself in a winning position, I'm just going to take it. We have the troop advantage and are likely to get teamed on. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The majority of my troops are now lined up against Purple, not Black. Can White come back here? Yes. Until the flag goes white. White can come back. Thank you, Orion. Orion says this guy's paid $53 for a double topping pizza at my job. It was 8 pounds and it didn't cook properly. Oh no. You're killing red or breaking me? We're killing red. Okay. Okay. Purple's happy about that. Purple says he has cards. He's laughing about this fact. Okay, black hides a stack in the position or puts it back in Alaska. No, he lines up on the 13. I don't know why purple's skipping. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'll show black some love. Yeah, black spent a ton for a terrible trade. As we said, killing red is not a good move here. But I can't just kill one of these guys and win. Okay, now white cannot return. So now we've locked in top 3. And we do better than that. Black is just killing the spot anyway. So this is good for us. Okay. Black is on 5. I'm not going to kill black on 5. I'm going to let him hit more white material for an upgrade in position. Crescent says GG. Yeah, I think. We shall see. I think we might find ourselves very soon in a winning position. Okay, so black is at 57 troops. I'm very close to having enough to be equal to both of my opponents. Does purple continue to skip? Yes. Okay. So purple choosing to take no action. Oh, I forgot that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we don't need the kill. It isn't worth anything. So I just don't put up with players skipping. I think that should lock them into lowest. Personally, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Black stack being kind of pinned in the position. He's going to kill white, get a single card, and now I have 62 to 43. I love that play. Don't skip in my lobby. Don't fucking stalemate games. You don't need to stalemate. All right, so black has initiative, but I have an open 37, and he's going to connect it to the rest of the board. No, he doesn't connect to the rest of the board. Good play. Good play, good play. I'm on 5, though, so. We will just kind of insist on our victory here. We will wish our opponents a good game. Good game, sir. And it looks like Harry Balzacs made it to the end of the gauntlet. GG, Harry. Did you even lose a troop? I'm a lucky man sometimes, folks. I'm a very lucky man. Not entirely sure what purple was thinking about that skipping strategy. It immediately got him 3rd in my eyes. It was the biggest hype train I ever had. I think level 67 is the record. 6-7. And we wish our opponents a good game. So this was a demo of the Europe position. We got into a fairly deep conversation about alliances. I hope I showed you some basic strategies for how to play classic fixed world domination. If you're enjoying the everything you wanted to know about Risk series, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. I'm very curious to know what you guys are getting out of this, and I want to make the best show I can make. And then next week will be the Prague World Dom on Classic tutorial. So folks, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it and you want to give me a like on YouTube, they're very much appreciated. And come on down to the Twitch show, ask me questions live, defeating 2 novices, 2 beginners, and an expert in Orange. Might have trusted those alliances a little too much, folks. Thank you. I love you. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.